Hello and good day everyone. Today our group, which is Group 18 from University Science Malaysia, taking ACE 466 Global Business Services, will make a brief presentation regarding our case study report. We would firstly express our heartfelt appreciation and thank GBS company for the outstanding collaboration with USM. We are looking forward to the continued success of the collaboration and the prospects of achieving even milestones together. Before I dive into our presentation, our team members are consist of 6 people that actively participated in making sure the success of this case study report. In this case study report, it involves Pacific Limited, a globally established automobile company that underscores a scenario where impressive sales growth over 4 years but perplexing in tax payments. The problem at the core of this case study centers around the apparent inconsistency observed in Pacific Limited. Our team members will further explain regarding this case. Our group have developed few research objectives in order to gain deeper understanding of the problem statement. I will highlight some of the research objectives. The first one is to determine the reasons for a lower tax payment despite an increase in sales. Second, to discuss the potential effect on both tax avoidance and tax evasion on economic growth. Third, to recommend effective corporate tax planning and management and analyze its advantages.
Thank you, Harissa. My name is Heng. For the literature review part, our group stated 5 parts, which is global business service, income tax, tax avoidance, tax evasion, relationship between income tax payment with economic growth, and last is corporate tax planning and management. First is GBS. GBS involved from sale, service, and outsourcing encourage process efficiency and cost reduction. Income tax is a direct tax on individual and entire earning, contributing to government revenue. Tax avoidance is the legal methods to reduce tax, involving reduction, credits, and exemption. Next is tax evasion is a legal arrangement hiding tax liability involving tactics like hiding incomes or using secret account. Next is relationship between income tax payment with economic growth. Income tax is a critical revenue source, influencing economic growth through incentive and policy measure. The second one is corporate tax planning and management. Corporate tax planning is the plan laid out by companies to reduce their tax liability by making optimum use of different provision and deduction available to them. Next is research methodology. For the research methodology, our group had used 2 sources, which is primary data and secondary data. We use interview as our primary data and the journal articles as our secondary data in this project. Thank you.
Next, I am going to present the findings of our case study. The first factor that contributes to the lower tax payment in spite of increased sales is maximizing the grant for tax-deductible expenses to minimize the taxable income. Next, the company can benefit from several tax incentives and exemption schemes in Malaysia under the relevant act. Another factor is the company's donations to approved charitable organizations as is eligible for tax deduction. Transfer pricing can be used to distribute earnings among its subsidiaries under the parent company based on market rates to reduce its overall tax burdens. Lastly, capital allowance for qualifying expenditure of business assets can be used to reduce the company's tax liability. Firstly, tax avoidance is an ethical and legal strategy that is used by a corporation to minimize tax payments. It can be measured through the ETR, and the example of it are shown in the slide. A company when engaged in tax avoidance to boost the organizational performance because taxes can heavily impact the company's earnings. It is crucial to align between corporate tax planning and strategies to prevent unnecessary tax risks and expenses. Tax evasion, known as tax fraud, is an intentional illegal practice that results in paying less in taxes than is owed. It included non-declaration of income, fraudulent income reporting, smoking activity, and etc. The reasons for tax evasion included the higher tax rates imposed in a country, lack of integrity, larger size, and greater company operational activities. The offender usually faces serious criminal accusations and fines when the tax evasion is discovered.
My name is SHENGJIE. I'm going to talk about the effect of tax avoidance on economic growth. The following are the positive and negative factors. Tax planning is minimizing tax liability by using incentives, dedications, and statutory provisions. Optimizing tax liability within the legislative framework can free up financial resources. Research and development investment contribute to economic growth by tax avoidance, deploying capital expenditure for sustainability initiatives. However, if use aggressive tax avoidance strategies, there will be the following impact: reduced government revenues, challenges posed by profit shifting to low tax jurisdictions, distortion of market dynamics through tax incentives. For methods and strategies to avoid aggressive tax avoidance by adoption, an open and proactive approach to tax evasion perceived limited can eliminate the false impression of aggressive tax avoidance. Volunteer or relevant information to reinforce their dedication to ethical business practice. Information includes the basic process of teaching planning, supporting economic expansion through strategic financial management, investment in research and development, and sustainable initiative. The effects of tax evasion on economic growth. The tax evasion is a more serious violation of legal and ethical standards. There will be the following effects. Governments may have difficulty implementation effective economic politics, discouragement of foreign investment, hiding business evasion, and the development of cutting-edge technologies, undermining long-term sustainability, strain on social cohesiveness.
Next, we will continue to the part of discussion and recommendation. The first point to help SB Limited to defend is that dispute any role in tax evasion and insist that its financial practice comply with the law. Furthermore, Pacific Limited can defend itself by showing the company's commitment to charitable donation, as contributing to charity is tax deductible. Moreover, the company must demonstrate clearly that its transfer pricing procedure comply with arm's length concept, as transfer pricing helps to reduce its overall tax burden. Lastly, the company can exhibit their beneficial effects on the economy. A company that does not file tax returns properly may lead to potential criminal consequences, such as fines and imprisonment for liable corporate leaders, as tax evasion is a criminal offense. The fines are punitive and computed as a percentage of the taxes that were avoided. The seriousness of the offense, the amount of taxes avoided, and other considerations affect the length of imprisonment. In addition, a company assets may be seized by the government, including taking ownership of the taxpayer's property or other assets and freezing the bank account. Furthermore, tax authorities have the authority to apply a several fraud penalty for intentional acts of fraud or tax evasion. Lastly, businesses face penalties and interest if they fail to submit regular and proper tax returns. The common difficulties faced by a company in global operation included introduction of new tax regulation or amendment every year in each country. Besides, a change of government will result in alternation to tax policy and regulations that a company encounters in worldwide operations, such as the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax (GST).
Hello, my name is ALIANA BINTI SHING. For this recommendation part, I have some recommendation for Pacific Limited to minimize revenue taxes, such as income deferral, credit maximization, and recruiting skilled staff to various taxes. The first tactic for income deferral is to lower taxable income in the current year, potentially moving into a lower tax category. The company's next plan of action is maximize tax credits and the deductions using strategies such as lowering taxable income, maximizing deduction, and utilizing available tax credits. Lastly, the company hiring qualified taxation professionals is imperative for this company to guarantee compliance with tax law, explore tax saving opportunities, and achieve substantial cost savings. For the next part, have some benefit is the company have effective tax planning and management, such as higher profit that can boost the company's financial situation by being reinvested in the company, better cash flow that increase its ability to pay for activities and investment, and wise company choice that allow them to consider the tax consequence of their strategic decision.
To conclude, by engaging in comprehensive tax planning, businesses can harness significant advantages, contributing to their profitability and sustainability. Thus, effective tax planning is vital for business sustainability in an uncertain global economy. By implementing a comprehensive tax planning strategy, companies can enhance their financial position and survive in a competitive market, especially in worldwide operations. Thank you.